विश्वास बीज भोरे
ലോപ്പിച്ചാലേ Hello, check. Hello. Hello, check. 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 Hello.
Everyone is lonely sometimes, but I would walk 1,000 miles to see you rise. You and I love, we are family. Hold me, let's escape all this reality. You are my symphony, by your side we're unity. You are my energy, my guiding light. We are unity.
Books of old, the legends and the myths, Achilles and his gold, Achilles and his gifts, Spider-Man's control, and Batman with his fist. And clearly I don't see myself upon that list. She said, where'd you wanna go? How much you wanna risk? I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman powers, some superhero. Some fairy tale bliss, just something I can turn to, somebody I can kiss. I want something just like this. I want something just like this. Oh, I want something just like this. I've been reading books of old, the legends and the myths, the testaments they told, the moon and its eclipse, and Superman arose, a suit before he lived. But I'm not the kind of person that it fits. She said, where'd you wanna go? How much you wanna risk? I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss, just something I can. I've been reading books of old, the legends and the myths, Achilles and his gold, Achilles and his gifts, and Spider-Man's control, and Batman with his fist. And clearly I don't see myself upon that list. She said, where'd you wanna go? How much you wanna risk? I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss, just something I can turn to, somebody I can kiss. I want something just like this. Oh, I want something just like this. said, where'd you wanna go? How much you wanna risk? I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss, just something I can turn to, somebody I can miss. I want something just like this. I want something just like where'd you wanna go? How much you wanna risk? I'm not looking for somebody with some superhuman gifts, some superhero, some fairy tale bliss, just something I can turn to, somebody I can kiss. I want something just like this. I want something just like this.
A warm good morning to everyone gathered here. Reverend fathers, Reverend deacons, Reverend sisters, candidates, and beloved brothers, Sabko Jesu. My name is Brother Alex, and I am happy to welcome you onto this special event along with my co-anchor, Brother Jeevan. Today is a red letter day in the life of our institute. On the first anniversary of its erection, we are proud to host the inaugural formal debate since the founding of St. Ephraim's Theological Institute, an event that reflects our commitment to critical thought, dialogue, and intellectual growth. The topic we have chosen for today's debate is both timely and thought-provoking. The double-edged sword of AI, innovation for good or a threat to human values.
In today's world, AI is no longer a distant concept. It's already a part of our daily lives. From voice assistants and search engines to healthcare, education, and transportation, AI is shaping the way we live and work. Yet, there remains an important question to be answered. Is this helping us become better humans, or are we slowly letting go of what makes us human in the first place?
And that's exactly what today's debate is about. We have a brilliant lineup of speakers ready to dive into the topic from both sides. And we are excited to listen, learn, and maybe even to change the way we think about technology and ourselves. So I sincerely thank all of you for being present here. Let's get started.
Let us now welcome Team B to the stage, who will be arguing in favor of the motion AI as a force for good. The team members are Brother Kevin Rohit Topa VC, Brother Anit Varghese Sunny, Brother Mathu Mannarat, and Brother Lindo Pulparambil VC. Let's welcome them with a big round of applause.
my privilege to introduce to you one of our speakers for today's debate. Hailing from the Diocese of Ranchi, Brother Kevin Topo VC brings with him both academic formation and cultural richness from his place of origin. He holds a bachelor degree in philosophy as well as a bachelor degree in social science, equipping him with both analytical depth and a broader understanding of human society. His intellectual formation, combined with his rootedness in the Ranchi Diocese, gives him a unique perspective on the issues we are about to discuss. On behalf of all present here, I warmly welcome Brother Kevin Topo VC.
It gives me a great joy to introduce our next speaker, Brother Anit Varghese. Hailing from Chertala, he belongs to the Diocese of Sagar and has pursued his Bachelor of Arts degree in Varanasi. A person of clarity, conviction and enthusiasm, he brings with him both knowledge and fresh perspectives that will enrich today's debate. On behalf of all gathered here, I extend a warm welcome to Brother Anit Varghese and wish him the very best as he presents his thoughts in front of us.
I'm delighted to introduce and warmly welcome Brother Matthew Manarat. He hails from Todupuzha in the Diocese of Pali. Brother Matthew has completed his bachelor's degree in commerce with computer application, after which he pursued his priestly formation in philosophy at St. Joseph Pontifical Seminary, Arway. Brother Matthew brings in not only academic excellence, but also a keen interest in intellectual discussions, which adds great value to today's debate. With his balanced perspective and thoughtful approach, we can look forward to a presentation that is both insightful and engaging. On behalf of everyone present here, I extend a warm welcome to you, Brother Matthew, and wish you all the best as you share reflection in today's debate.
I am happy to introduce and welcome one of our distinguished speakers for today's debate, Brother Lindo Pulparmil VC. Hailing from the beautiful town of Manadavadi, he belongs to the Vincentian congregation. Academically, Brother Lindo has pursued a strong foundation in both philosophy and the social sciences. He holds a bachelor's degree in philosophy as well as a BA in sociology and English literature, which equips him with a wide-ranging perspective on human thought, culture and society. With his rich academic background and clarity of thought, he brings both depth and freshness to our discussion today. We are truly privileged to have him to share his insights on the topic before us. Let us warmly welcome Brother Lindo Pulparmil VC with a huge round of applause.
On the other side of the argument, we have Team A, who will challenge the resolution by raising concern about the threat of AI may pose to human values. I call upon Deacon Amal Malayali, Deacon Cherian Aviparambil, Brother Saban Edamanakunel, and Brother Kevin Pulimbarambil. Let's welcome with a big round of applause.
I am so glad to introduce our next speaker, Deacon Joseph Malayal, fondly known as Amal. He hails from Adimali in the picturesque hills of Idukki and belongs to the Diocese of Gorakhpur. Amal has pursued his bachelor's degree in philosophy from Varanasi, a city known for its vibrant academic and cultural heritage. Welcome Reverend Deacon Joseph Malain.
I'm extremely excited to introduce and warmly welcome Deacon Ephrem to this divine session. He hails from Changanasheri and has completed his bachelor's degree in philosophy from Ruhalia Major Seminary, Ujjain. He belongs to the Archdiocese of Shamshabad, serving particularly in the Ipava Rajasthan region. With a strong foundation in philosophy and a deep commitment to the mission of the Church, he brings with him a spirit of depth, clarity and conviction. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Deacon Cherian Anipurambali.
It is my privilege to introduce our next speaker, Brother Seban Edamanakunnal, lovingly known as Sebastian. He hails from Mangalam and belongs to the Archdiocese of Ujjain. A young and vibrant mind, Sebastian has completed his bachelor's degree in philosophy, laying a strong foundation for critical thinking and reasoned dialogue. On behalf of all gathered here, I extend a warm welcome to Brother Seban Edamanakunnal with a joyful round of applause.
It gives me immense joy to introduce one of the speakers of today's debate, Brother Kevin Pulimparampalli. He hails from Changanasheri and belongs to the Archdiocese of Changanasheri. Having completed his bachelor's degree in philosophy at St. Joseph Pontifical Seminary, Mangalapura, he has laid a strong foundation for his academic and spiritual journey. On behalf of all gathered here, I warmly welcome Brother Kevin Pulimparampalli to the debate. It is my privilege and joy to warmly welcome our distinguished moderator for this today's debate, Very Reverend Father Joseph Murikan. Reverend Father, please come to the stage. Let's welcome him with a round of applause. Reverend Father Joseph Murikan hails from Nampiyankulam, Palai, and was ordained to the priesthood on January 3, 1994 in the Navatain congregation. He currently serves as a prelate of the Manadavari province and as a general council of the congregation.
Academically, he is a scholar of high repute, holding a PhD in mass media and communication. His doctoral research, completed at the Pontifical Gregorian University in Rome, was titled Pastoral Communication and its Effectiveness, Prospects and Challenges. His work reflects his lifelong commitment to the pastoral use of media and communication in the service of the Church. Reverend Father Jose has served the Church in numerous pastoral and administrative responsibilities, including as the Director of the National Institute for Social Communication Research and Training under the CBCI for 6 years, as Rector of both minor and major seminaries, Province Procurator, and as a council member of his congregation.
In addition, he is a respected visiting faculty at several esteemed institutions, including Jnanadeva Vidyapeeth Pune, Dharmaram Bangalore, Merimada Thrissur, and many others. His insightful articles and writings on mass media and communication have been published both nationally and internationally, making significant contributions to the field. With his vast pastoral experience, academic excellence, and communication expertise, Father Jose brings with him the perfect balance of wisdom, vision, and guiding to lead us through today's debate. On behalf of everyone gathered here, I extend a warm welcome to you, Very Reverend Father Jose Murikan. We are truly honored by your presence and grateful that you are accepted to moderate this important session. is now time to welcome our chief guest, Very Reverend Dr. Joseph Ottapurikal, the Vicar General of the Eparchy of Satna. Our rector, Very Reverend Dr. Matthew Kaidadil, and the esteemed judges. We kindly invite you to come forward and take your designated seats. Let's welcome them with a big round of applause.
It is with deep honor and heartfelt joy that we extend a most respectful welcome to our chief guest for today's debate, Very Reverend Dr. Joseph Ottapurikal, the Vicar General of Eparchy of Satna, a distinguished scholar of sacred scripture and former rector of our seminary. Very Reverend Dr. Joseph Ottapurikal is held in the highest esteem for his select missionary spirit and unwavering pastoral dedication. His exemplary leadership, profound wisdom, and tireless commitment to the church continue to inspire all who knew him. We are truly blessed by his presence among us today. Hearty welcome, dear Father Ji.
We are equally privileged to welcome our beloved rector, Very Reverend Dr. Matthew Kaidadil, a man of vision, depth and discernment from the Eparchy of Manadawadi. A renowned formator, a critical thinker and a guiding force in our formation, he continued to lead this institution with grace, clarity and steadfast commitment. His presence is not only a support, but a constant source of encouragement to each one of us gathered here. A cordial welcome, dear Father Ji.
It is both an honor and a pleasure to introduce and warmly welcome one of our distinguished judges for today's debate, Reverend Father Syriac Puliyambali. Father Syriac hails from Kidangu and was ordained to the priesthood on 29th December 2008 for the Eparchy of Satna. He currently serves as the rector of the Minor Seminary Satna. Academically, Father is well accomplished. He holds a BA from Vikram University, Ujjain, and MA from Avadesh Pratap Singh University, Riva. From ecclesiastical institutions, he has completed bachelor's in theology at St. Ephraim's Theological Institute, Satna, followed by a licentiate and doctorate in moral theology from the prestigious Alfonsianum University, Rome.
Father Syriac has served the church in various pastoral and administrative roles, including assistant priest in charge, secretary to the bishop, editor of the diocesan bulletin, chancellor, and as director and resident staff of ETC. His contributions also extend to teaching, where he continues to inspire young seminarians and theological students as a visiting faculty in seminaries such as Ruhalaya Major Seminary Ujjain, Samaya Major Seminary Bhopal, Sacred Heart Major Seminary Shillong, and St. Ephrem Institute College, Satna. With rich academic background and pastoral experience and theological expertise, Father brings with him a wealth of wisdom and discernment that truly enriches today's debate. On behalf of everyone gathered here, with much happiness, I warmly welcome you to this debate program.
It gives me immense joy and privilege to introduce and warmly welcome Reverend Sister Shinsi DST, one of the distinguished judges of today's debate. Sister Shinsi hails from Kanjurapura and made her religious profession on 19th May 2003 in the congregation of the Doctors of the St. Thomas. She completed her BA in History from Calicut University and later pursued theological studies at the Malangara Orthodox Seminary, Kottayam, where she obtained her Bachelor of Theology in 2004. She went on to the Pontifical University of St. Thomas Aquinas, Rome, where she achieved her licentiate in Biblical Theology in 2008 and her doctorate in Biblical Theology in 2012.
Alongside her academic excellence, Sister Shinsi has contributed significantly to the church and her congregation through various pastoral and administrative responsibilities. She has served as novice mistress at the Novitiate House, Birmingham, vice provincial of the Santon Province Ballet, and is currently serving as the director of the Bethania Institute of Religious Studies. Her commitment to formation and theological education is remarkable. She is a permanent professor of sacred scripture and St. Ephraim's Theological Institute, Satna. Today, we are truly honored to have her with us as a judge for this debate. On behalf of all gathered here, I extend a warm and respectful welcome to Reverend Sister Shinsi DSD, and we look forward to the valuable insights she will share with us. Welcome to your sister.
I am delighted to introduce and warmly welcome one of our esteemed judges for today's debate, Reverend Father George Nellianil, CMF. Father George hails from Calcutta and was ordained as a priest on 31st December 2011 in the congregation of the Missionary Sons of Immaculate Heart of Mary, popularly known as the Claretians. Academically accomplished, Father George holds a Master's in English, a Master's in Psychology, and a B.Ed along with a Bachelor in Theology. His blend of theological depth and academic excellence reflects both pastoral sensitivity and intellectual strength.
Over the years, he has served the church in various capacities. He was parish priest of the cathedral in Itanagar, Arunachal Pradesh, and is currently serving as a superior and manager of St. Claret School, Barakala, where he also contributes as a dedicated teacher. Father George's commitment to education, pastoral care, and leadership makes him an inspiring presence among us. His insights, drawn from both his pastoral ministry and academic journey, will surely enrich today's debate. On behalf of everyone gathered here, I extend a warm welcome to Reverend Father George Nellianil and thank him for gracing us with his presence as a judge for this event. Welcome, dear Father.
I'm happy to introduce one of our esteemed judges for today's debate, Advocate Father Thomas Mullamandil. Father Thomas hails from Mananam, a place rich in faith and tradition. He was ordained to the priesthood on 31st December 2015 for the eparchy of Satna. Alongside his priestly ministry, he has also pursued extensive academic qualifications. He holds a BA from Vikram University, Ujjain, a Bachelor of Law from Karnataka State Law University, Hubli, and a Master of Law from Renaissance University, Indore. Currently, Father Thomas serves in multiple significant roles: Parish Priest of St. Francis Xavier Church, Riva, Manager of Jyoti School, Riva, Public Relations Officer of the Eparchy of Satna, Director of the Samaritan Legal Aid Center, Satna.
Over the years, he has enriched the church with his dedicated pastoral and administrative services. His ministry has taken him through several assignments, including Assistant Parish Priest in Bangalore, Jabalpur, and Satna, Vice Rector of St. Thomas Minor Seminary, Satna, Finance Officer of the Samaritan Social Service Society, and House Procurator at the Bishop's House. His journey reflects a deep commitment to both the pastoral care of souls and the pursuit of justice through his legal expertise. Dear friends, with such a blend of priestly dedication, legal acumen, and administrative leadership, Father Thomas brings a wealth of wisdom and experience to our gathering today. On behalf of all present here, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to you, Advocate Father Thomas Molamandi. We are honored by your gracious presence as one of the judges of this debate. Welcome, dear Father.
Now, we extend a warm welcome and heartfelt welcome to all our Reverend Fathers, Reverend Deacons, Reverend Sisters, candidates and brothers gathered here today.
Your presence adds grace and meaning to this occasion, and we are grateful for your support and participation. With deep joy and appreciation, we welcome you all to today's program. In all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 6.
Let us now quietly raise our hearts to heaven, seeking God's loving presence and guidance as the ETC choir leads us in a prayerful song.
Now, with open minds and hopeful hearts, we hand over the microphone to our moderator, Dr. Murikan Jose, to take the floor. May this debate be fruitful and enriching for everyone present here. Thank you.
Most respected Father Joseph Ottapurikil, the Vicar General and the Chief Guest of the day, Very Reverend Father Matthew Kadidadil, the Rector, Reverend Father Anish, the man behind this debate, respected faculty members, dear Reverend Fathers, distinguished judges, the panelists, and my dear brothers and sisters. It gives me immense joy to be the moderator of this debate here today. I'm sure you are all eagerly waiting to hear our speakers, as we are discussing on a very current and relevant topic. The debate proceedings and the rules will be as follows. The order of presentation is as follows. As per the draw, the debate shall commence with Team A, who says artificial intelligence is a threat to human values. The order of presentation shall proceed in the following sequence. The first member of Team A will speak, followed by first speaker of Team B. Then the sequence will be continued alternatively. Time allocation. The first speaker shall be allotted 5 minutes for the presentation. Each subsequent speaker shall be allotted 8 minutes for their presentation. The first speaker will get one more chance to present a counter argument of not more than 3 minutes. A warning bell will sound 1 minute before the allotted time, and the speaker must conclude the speech at the second bell. Manner of addressing the opponents. No speaker shall directly address any member of the opposing team by their personal names. No personal attacks or disrespectful language. In place of names, speakers may refer respectfully to their counterparts as the previous speaker, one of the speakers of the opposing side, or by a similar neutral expression. We also have a rebuttal round for this debate, and 2 questions from each side will be permitted. There will be 2 minutes for the teams to prepare and come up with their questions. It permits both the teams to raise questions to the other team. The other team can present a rebuttal assertively but not aggressively. The first question will be asked by Team B and then Team A, and it continues. Audience shall be permitted to raise a maximum of 7 questions during the interaction section. Questions may be addressed to either teams as a whole or to an individual in particular. Judging criteria. Clarity of argument, use of evidence, structure and organization of the debate, rebuttal strength, style and delivery. As we begin this debate, I am extremely happy to welcome you all to this debate on a subject that is shaping our present and will deeply influence our future. The double-edged sword of artificial intelligence, innovation for good or a threat to human values. In Scripture, the double-edged sword is indeed a biblical image. In Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12, we read, "Indeed, the word of God is living and active, sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing until it divides soul from spirit, joints from marrow. It is able to judge the thoughts and intentions of the heart." Congratulations, dear brothers, for choosing this topic for the debate as there is no better way to describe the profound concern that artificial intelligence raises today. The topic symbolizes the power of AI that is shaping the mindset of netizens, promising efficiency, creativity, and progress at a scale never imagined before. Yet, with this promise comes profound concern. AI raises difficult questions. Does it weaken human initiatives? Will it replace human work? Can it erode privacy, dignity, and ethical responsibility? Like a sword with two edges, AI can cut for good or for harm. The challenge before us is not only how far technology can go, but how deeply it respects the human person and the values we hold dear. Let's welcome our speakers. They will explore both sides. AI as a tool for innovation and human flourishing value versus AI as a possible threat to human values and identity. Dear brothers, your time starts now, and we are all eagerly waiting to listen to you and profit from your wisdom. All the best. As I already mentioned, we shall begin the debate with a presentation, 5-minute presentation from Team A. Your time starts now.
Pope Benedict XVI in Caritas in Veritate says, technology is never any technology. It expresses a vision of human person and of the world. This means that every innovation brings with it, it is not just a tool, but it shapes the very way we think, the way we relate, and the way we live. It brings a new world view. Respected Reverend Father Moderator, Reverend Judges, Reverend Fathers, and my dear brothers. We stand today before a question that's not merely technological, but deeply human, profoundly moral, and urgently spiritual. There is artificial intelligence is a gift that uplifts our human values, or is it a thread that corrodes our human values and the existence of our very being? Let us not be deceived that AI is not just ChatGPT or any other chatbots that gives us answer. It is far more greater, far more wider, far more invasive. It is not just a tool or an equipment, that it is a vast system of algorithm that's shaping our markets, governing our emotional and social interpretations, manipulating our emotions, predicting our desires, and even trying to define the truth itself. And as Pope Francis warns us in Laudate Deum, technology is neutral. Technology is not neutral. It can serve human beings, but it can also dominate them. And AI is simply not what we use, and it is increasingly what uses us. You may not be agreeing with me, but you cannot deny the words of the expert. The leading voices who have been in the AI field has warned us about the devastating power of AI. Especially Geoffrey Hinton, who is the father, who is known as the godfather of AI, and the former Google president, resigning from the Google on 2023, he confesses that these things can grow more intelligent than us and overpower and take control over us. And the same is said by Elon Musk, Stephen Hawking, and a number of persons who have been in this field. And my dear brothers, AI may make us efficient, but at what cost? Should we surrender what makes us human before what makes us efficient? Should we submit and surrender what makes us human before what makes us efficient? And should we submit our human values to be productive? And if AI is not directly treated, it can reduce into a point data preference and algorithms. It risks seeing man as a problem to be treated rather than that a mystery to be loved. It is important for us to know that human is not merely rational. Rather, he is a social, emotional, and cultural being. And man is not made out of data or reason, but ordered by nature for interpersonal communion and called to share in God's own life. And artificial intelligence is a great thread that possesses to the social life of human beings who are created by God for communion and fraternity. The church reminds us in Gaudium et Spes that a society must be founded in truth, built in justice, and must be animated by love. And AI underdefines all these three. It manipulates the justice, it undermines the truth, and manipulates and reduces justice into a profit-driven cause, and love is replaced by empty stimulations. So my point is, AI is not going to build up humanity. It is not going to benefit our dignity or our emotional levels or our value system, our relationship, or even our rational life. AI forgets that man is beyond efficiency and productivity. Therefore, it is a complete failure in the domain of genuine human development. AI, which is a threat for our human existence, how can it make us a better human person?
Thank you, brother, for that wonderful presentation. Now we move on to the team B, and I invite the first speaker. You have 5 minutes. 8 minutes, sorry, 8 minutes, 8 minutes.
Respected moderator, fathers, sisters, and my dear friends, I wishing you an unforgettable day for each one of you present here. I stand before you not merely as a speaker or a student, but a believer, a person of faith who trusts in God, who endured humanity with intelligence, responsibility, and purpose. I am standing before you to affirm with full conviction that artificial intelligence is indeed a blessing, a gift that is virtually good. I will demonstrate this truth through the faith, reason, and undeniable reality of the modern world. The book of Genesis, we see God created the human being in his own image, not in bodily form, but in likeness of spirit and mind. He gave us imagination, ability to create, and wisdom. These are not accidents. These are the treasures of divine spark placed within us. Artificial intelligence is one of the greatest gifts of our divine creativity. Artificial intelligence is not foreign or ungodly event. Artificial intelligence is not alien threat to the humanity. Rather, it is a gift of God. It can serve the human being as a tool. It should guide us with morality, compassion, and prudence. AI can create poems, stories, images, but it cannot create a new art. A new art always comes from human emotions, struggles, sufferings, and experiences. This machine cannot create a true image. It guides human and support human. True art always comes from human intelligence. My dear friends, you are willfully closing your eyes against the truth. Let us look around. Artificial intelligence is already transforming the world into extraordinary ways. In medical field, it support doctors to dictate disease at the early stage. It reads X-rays, supports surgeons, and predict the future illness before the symptoms appear. In such instance, does it become a channel of healing? A mirror of God who is the ultimate physician? In agriculture, it helps the farmers to dictate crop diseases, water conservation, and multiply the harvest. In education, it empowers students with a specially gifted to learn and support. In rural villages, it delivers knowledge through smart devices and translation hooks. It fights against natural calamity, hunger, and illiteracy. Our faith calls us to love our neighbor and uplift the poor. How can we neglect a tool that is amplify our mission? How can we forget? Artificial intelligence plays a vital role in economical growth by boosting productivity, efficiency through automation, reducing errors, cutting operational costs. It encourages innovations like productivity, skills, and etc., which opens opportunities for new startups and global trade. According to PwC predicts, artificial intelligence boost global GDP up to 15% by 2035. Of course, concerns remain. Will artificial intelligence steal our job opportunities? Will it will it make human irrelevant? These are not naive questions, sincere worries. But the history remains when mission replaced human labor during Industrial Revolution. People trembled for their future, but new opportunities were arose, new skills were cultivated, and society developed. It will be also AI too. Some of the roles may vanish, but many opportunities will rise, like in the field of robotics, ethics, design, and programs, etc. Advanced system like OpenAI's GPT-5, robotics like Sophia, it may appear at first confusing. Speaking, listening, reasoning, and even seeming to feeling human emotions. But the reality is this, but the truth is this: artificial intelligence does not have soul, free will, consciousness. It will act through the hands of human, through design, control, and data. It will never dominate human. It will act as a tool forever. What humanity needs, therefore, it is not rejection, but preparation. We must guide artificial intelligence, regulate it, and ensure that no person is left behind. And this is where religious has got voice to offer, not as an enemy of technology, but as moral compass. Artificial intelligence is not a threat, it is a treasure placed in our hands. Artificial intelligence is not harm, it is help for humanity. Artificial intelligence is not sickness, it
Full words, energetic. We move on to the next speaker. You two have 8 minutes.
Respected moderator, judges, and my dear loving friends. The previous speaker was saying that AI is a tool, but we should understand that tool is always neutral, but AI is generative and not neutral. AI creates data, then how can you say it is a tool? You said that AI does not create real art. Then what art are created by AI software like Midjourney? Is it not fake? Yes, it is replacing genuine human art with a fake art. So we should understand that AI always technologically affects technology possibilities. It does not bring any values. It always changes the values culture in our society. It always change the culture in the society. In the 21st century is characterized by artificial intelligence, which impacts nearly every facet of human existence, including cultural practices and communication. Artificial intelligence has emerged as a transformational force that dramatically affects human communication and cultural behaviors in the modern society. Culture is a mirror of humanity. It reflects our traditions, values, creativity, and every soul of our existence. But today, a new mirror is rewriting this reflection: artificial intelligence. While it was created to serve us, it is slowly reshaping how we communicate, celebrate, learn, and even create art and music. AI does not just change our culture, it changes the values that have kept it alive for centuries. From replacing genuine human conversation with robotic responses to generating fake artwork and cultural narratives, AI is silently eroding the heart of what makes us truly human. Kate Crawford, a senior principal researcher at Microsoft Research, observes in her book, Atlas of AI, AI is not just artificial, it is political, extractive, and reshapes the very fabric of human life. So we should understand that in the cultural context, how AI generatively impacts on art and music. Art and music have historically been viewed as deeply personal and emotional expression of human experience.
Art is supposed to be a reflection of an artist's unique life experiences, emotions, and struggle. An AI has no life, no emotions, and no soul. So, an art created by AI threatens the very idea of human originality in the field of art. Similarly, AI can compose music that sounds good but lacks emotional depth. It can produce millions of songs, grammatically correct and likely to be popular. But music is more than just notes and rhythms. It is about saying writer's heartbreak, a musician's passion. Jack Clerk, a former OpenAI policy director, a prominent AI researcher, points out that AI, despite its ability to create technically impressive work of art, intrinsically lacks these fundamentally human traits. It has no feelings, no life experiences, no fear, no joy, no pains, and no dreams. AI and its impacts on communication. AI has become a powerful tool in the modern communications, but its rapid growth has brought many negative consequences especially in the cultural communication. Jesse Hornstein, an informal scientist researcher at Cornell University, in 2023 made a study about how AI alters human communication. The study says that AI is fundamentally altering how we communicate, leading to the loss of newness, genuine connection, and cultural authenticity. AI-mediated communication creates a world where our interactions are not born from shared experiences or emotional depths, but are instead a recombination of pre-existing data. AI-driven communication tools like chatbots, translation apps, virtual assistants have made interaction easier, but less meaningful. This is how it is affecting the human values of honesty. Face-to-face conversations are replaced by robotic messages, reducing empathy and respect for real dialogue. The rise of deepfakes and AI-generated fake news spreads lies, damaging the values of truth. So, Pope Francis on 2023 World Day of Peace gave a message. In his message, he says that artificial intelligence must not deprive human communication of warmth and authentically nor undermine the dignity of truth. AI is reshaping communication, but if overused, it risks destroying authenticity, cultural diversity, and human warmth. As Pope Francis reminds us, technology must remain a servant to humanity, not a substitute for genuine human connection and truth. AI, though advanced, it is producing productive, destructive in many ways. It weakens cultural identity, authenticity in art and music, replacing genuine communications. Instead of enriching humanity, it threatens to erase creativity, truth, imaginations, and human values. Antiqua et Nove reminds us that AI should lead to a renewed appreciation of all that is human, not replace it with an artificial shadow. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. So we have the fourth speaker coming up for the proposal, and I invite you.
respected moderator, dear judges, dear fathers, and my dear friends. I'm very happy to stand before you to speak on one of the most powerful and transformative innovations of our time, artificial intelligence, AI. We all know that AI is no longer a futuristic idea. It's already our part of daily life. AI is already a companion in our daily life, maybe knowingly or unknowingly. From voice assistants like Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant to online recommendations on YouTube, Netflix, Spotify suggestions. From medical diagnosis to driverless cars. AI is shaping the way we live, work, and think. Its possibilities are immense, making our lives faster, smarter, and more efficient. I need to stress the point that the basic intention of the AI is making our life faster, smarter, and more efficient. As we look into the merits of its wide applications, it becomes clear that AI is not just a tool of technology, but as a force that is changing the future of humanity. Let me begin with a question. Can you imagine a single day without technology? Can you imagine a single day without AI? From the moment we wake up to the moment we sleep, artificial intelligence silently works around us. In our phones, our transportation, our entertainment, and even in our healthcare. AI is not just a tool, it is a revolution shaping the way humanity lives and thinks. Today I stand before you to highlight its vast possibilities, its many merits, and the countless ways influence our daily life. Before that, I just want to add some of the points to our last speakers. The first speaker was mainly focusing on that AI is manipulating human beings. I think humans can manipulate human beings in a better way, not only machines. How we can say that only machines are manipulating human beings? He says that, the first speaker says that Geoffrey Hinton, the godfather of AI, clearly states that these things, AI is making more problems to the human beings, but after the end of his speech, we can say that human beings is the greatest enemy of human beings. That is how human beings are still like this. Humans are manipulated by humans, I think, in a more believed manner. The second speaker was mainly focusing on the creative side of AI. Here we need to understand what is real AI. What is AI and what is generative AI, what is super intelligence. These type of terms we need to clearly understand. AI is not making any new thing. It is created by something already in the data. That we need to understand. Still we are thinking about the painting. We are thinking a famous painting, not only the painting of an AI. We are focusing on a real painting. It has only soul. He already speaks that, the speaker clearly states that AI has no conscience, no soul. Yeah, it is a tool only. We can use, it is act as an agent. The very basic intention of artificial intelligence, I primarily states that it is making us faster, smarter, and more efficient. It is a tool. It is helping us to thinking in a more efficient manner. A tool is powerful only in the hand of a powerful person. It is just like a tool, like a brush or piano. It can do anything its own. Humanity is not, first of all, we need to clearly state that the dignity of human beings is something higher. Geoffrey Hinton also clearly, the godfather of AI, clearly states that AI is only a trillion connection thing. We all know that neural connections about these things. AI is only a trillion connection thing, but this is 100 trillion connection thing. It is more complex than what we think. I need to propose some of the states that statistics, more like 78% of the organization worldwide already using this AI in a daily basis. 378 million of people interact with AI tools in 2025. In education, 92% of students now using generative AI. Why? It is more efficient. It does not mean that AI or these technologies are going to replace human beings. Challenges exist. There is challenges exist, but AI is not here to replace human intelligence. It is here to extend it, to make us smarter, safer, and more creative. It is just a tool, just an agent to do anything. It can't do anything its own. First of all, we need to understand it can't do anything its own. There should be a man behind that. AI does not mean automation. Yuval Harari in his speech clearly states that AI does not mean it's automation. It is an agent. AI is getting better now and every day. We can understand that. Google Translator. It is not in the way why in the beginning section we know that in the beginning of the Google Translate it is not like that. But now it is getting better and better day by day. It does not mean that it is going to replace human beings. But we need to focus on some of the main merits of AI that I clearly focus on. AI in the medical field, education, and the main point maybe they are raising against AI and misuse. AI is against its misuse. AI is restrict and try to stop its misuse. That some ways are there that I need to mention in this session. AI in the medical field. In the realm of medicine, AI is not merely an assistant, it's a guardian of life with unmatched precision. All AI dangers disease even before the symptoms fully appear. I want to raise a question. If a technology saves lives through AI, is it against human values? Is it AI is using for teaching a poor student in the village? Is it against human values? We need to focus on that thing. We are not here to oppose any AI programs. We are here to support this. Just not avoid these things. We need to adapt these things. How many lives we lost because of the mishandling of the doctors? We cannot say that human is 100% correct. To err is human. Human can be do errors, but machines is not like that. It is getting day by day better. It can precise, clear, and it can do in a correct manner. One of the main point I need to focus on that yearly diagnosis and accurate diagnosis of the disease. Artificial intelligence can detect disease faster and more accurately than ever before. Personalized treatment. A person needs a personal doctor. There is a personal interaction there. Speeding up of the drug discovery. In the COVID-19, how these vaccines are spread, find easily. The development of the new medicinal usually takes years and billions. But AI cuts this time dramatically by predicting which molecule will be effective. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. We are on the halfway of our debate. So 4 speakers are completed and we have still 4 more, and I will invite you for the presentation.
Respected moderator, dear judges, reverend panelists, and my dear friends. Very happy to be here to present that AI is a threat indeed for humanity. And first of all, let me just start from where my fellow panelists have stopped. See, he said that first of all, he said that AI is a pencil. Okay, it's like any other tool is a pencil. And then he said that AI can regulate itself. Do you know a tool which regulates itself? Right? Do you know a pencil which regulates itself? Do you know a pencil which gives you predictions? Do you know a pencil which can cure your diseases? No, a tool doesn't do that. If it is an agent, it is an agent in the hands of someone. And if it creates something, it is not an agent. It is an entity. It is a being. And first of all, we have to consider that. And the next thing is that he said that the basic intention of AI is to make life easier, and please remember that it is not a charity product. It is a commercial product. So if it is a commercial product, it is driven by profit. And he said, one thing he said, it is correct. What? AI is trained. Who trains? Are we going to train? No. Who is going to train? The super nations, super powerful nations are going to train AI. Then won't AI be biased? If we are trained in such a way, in a particular way, won't we be biased? Then AI is also biased. What doubt do you have? And I have to speak again. AI, and it creates like, it's like a piano. Come on, AI is not a brush, it is not a piano, it is generative, it is super intelligence. What is super intelligence? The Dr. Roman Yombulsky, who coined the term AI safety and who is an AI safety researcher, says that once you switch on the super intelligence, you can't stop that. You can't stop that. It is the expert opinion. Then again, European Union, UN, India, every country has already got some AI Regulations Act. Why? Because it is a threat to human values. And again, what are the values that make up our human world? Is it rational? No. We are made up of trust. We are made up of relationships. We are made up of values like equality and all. See, in a recent research by the UN Developmental Project, it states that AI will widen global inequality. AI is largely an imitation of Lason and it can widen human inequality. Why? Because superpower nations will train AI. And what will be the case of these low nations? They won't be trained. They will be naturally sidelined. So it is going to increase global inequality. It is going to threat the democratic stability. Why? Because a particular powerful party or a political party can manipulate AI to its effect. It can actually manipulate democratic decisions as well. And a recent study in Nimhans Popal says that excessive AI use in adolescents, it affects their creative thinking, it reduces critical engagement. And in June 2023, very recently, Time magazine has, June 2025 to be exact, sorry. Time magazine has given an article in which it states that in those who use AI, compared to those who use Google search engines, 47% reduced brain activities, which means that it will make people sick. If you are not using your brain, which means you are depending on something. We are not depending on a tool. This is a pen. Sorry, this is a pen. Okay, I am not dependent on this pen. I use this pen. If a pen starts to use me, then it is not at all a tool. That is what I have to consider you. Now we are at a stage where we know that we are giving suggestions, prompts to ChatGPT. Super intelligence is not like that. Super intelligence is going to give us prompts. We are going to obey. That is what expert in these regions says. Okay, and again, AI is, if AI is going to control us, AI is going to control us. How we are going to get away from that? See, he said that machines cannot be wrong. And he again said that, my panelist, again he said that AI, humans can manipulate humans in a better way. It doesn't mean that AI cannot manipulate human, does it? If human can manipulate human in a better way, okay, maybe. But it doesn't mean that AI cannot manipulate. It manipulates. And that is why the world leaders are so much concerned about this thing. And he said that if AI saves life, it is valuable or not. If AI takes life, is it valuable? And again, I have to say, there are instances where AI gave suggestions to a throat pain that it is not a cancer, it is simple throat. In Ireland, it is simple throat pain. You don't have to give to doctor and all. It is something. And he didn't go to doctor and it was cancer. It was reportedly reported in many newspapers and all. It is in international journals and all. It is happened in Ireland. So it can take life. Because why? We are not using our brains. 47% less brain activity, as we said. And again, this is a journal, I hope you can see, Journal of Democracy. They have written extensively 64 pages on how AI threatens democracy. How AI threatens democracy. How it is going to derail the democratic projects. How it is going to make the superpower nations rule the whole world. Do we need to be in the age of slavery again? Do we commit ourselves to slavery again? That again, that's a point that we have to think for ourselves. And many regulation acts. European Union has got a regulation act on AI in 2024. China, taking about one thing. China started to align their AI computers with socialism. If it was India, we will align it with maybe capitalism, maybe mixed economy. In America, it is going to align AI with capitalism. Simply, align itself means you train. Okay, if you are training, what training do you give to AI? That reply you will get back from AI. So, again, AI is biased to superpower nations, and thus it is going to increase inequality, it is going to increase digital divide. And I will want to say one more thing. In vitro fertilization, is it right or wrong? We say it is wrong. Why? There is mass procurement of fetus and maybe misused for commercial activities also, this fetus, because it is dignity of life. And what about data? Mass collection of data and mass manipulation of data, how can it be ethically right? If your video, you are going through one place and a CCTV surveillance, your video is made to replicate, manipulate, how can it be ethical? So, I want to conclude by saying that AI is not a tool. AI is generative, it is creative. Once it is opened, you can't stop that, and it is going to widen inequality, and it is going to disrupt all the spheres of life as we know it today, and it is not compatible. We are not ready to get a product like AI in our hands right now. Thank you.
Thank you. As you notice, the debate is really getting heated up, and we are also excited. We move on to the next speaker. They had a thorough planning session there in between going on. I think we expect something solid now.
Respected dignitaries and my dear friends, wishing you all salubrious morning. What if machines become smarter than us? What if artificial intelligence begins to control our life? What if AI becomes a silent master and begins to control our values and freedom? This is the fear. This is the dark picture many paint about AI. But let me ask you a question. Should we fear a tool created by human mind? Or should we fear losing values that gives meaning to those minds? Has there ever been a technology in history that was not feared first? When printing press was invented, scholars warned it would destroy human memory. When electricity placed, people thought it would burn down the cities. And even once radio was banned in parts of Europe because it was too intrusive. And yet today, none of us will tell all these inventions were cases because humanity chose to guide them. The question is not whether AI is good or bad, whether are we using it with wisdom. I stand before you to say that AI is not a threat, a mission, a gift, a grace entrusted by God. As my fellow brethren was mentioning, AI weakening our brain and reasoning. Let me clarify that. Every new tool shifts skills. Printing press, printing reduced memorization. But if expanded knowledge, AI may reduce rote memory, but it sharpens critical thinking, analysis, and problem solving if used wisely. Let me begin with AI and human relationship. The fear is simple. AI isolates us. We see people staring at their phones at dining table. The teenagers replacing their real friends with chatbots. The couples fighting over Instagram likes. It feels like AI has created a cold and mechanical society. But pause and deep looker. AI does not destroy human relationship. It extends, it gives love, friendship, connection, new ways to survive. Think of pandemic in 2020 when the cities were locked down and the families were ocean apart. Who kept us all together? It was AI-powered platforms like WhatsApp, Zoom, and Microsoft Teams. Weddings were live streamed, and students kept learning from their teacher. Without AI, we would have been in isolated, and with AI, our bonds are intertwined. Look at Wobot, a mental health companion created by Stanford researchers. Thousands who felt suicidal found comfort in conversation with the tool. The critics may say it is fake friendship, but ask yourself, if one person's life is saved, if one person's heart feels less alone, is not that a relationship? Let me also continue with AI and spirituality. This is where many of us feel uncomfortable. Can a machine enter into the realm of prayer, worship, and faith? I say to you, AI is not here to replace priests, God, or human souls. It is here to serve the spirituality, just as every tool has in history has done. Just consider the Bible translating app like YouVersion has translated scripture more than 1800 languages. Tribes who never heard the word of God read in their mother tongue. Without AI, it would have taken centuries. With AI, it happens in years. It's not a progress of spirituality. Consider the prayer apps like Hello and Prayer.com. The teenagers are guided, millions of teenagers guided to meditation, rosary, and Lectio Divina. And St. Augustine says, all truth is God's truth. If it helps us to deliver, discover, share the truth, it is a creative plan of God. And here comes the most nervous words that makes everyone. Critics may say privacy and about AI and privacy, it steals our privacy. It listens to our conversation. It spies on our life. In psychology, reminds us of one thing, negativity bias. That is, we remember threats more than the protection. Think of the cyber security. Every day, AI systems blocks millions of hacking attempts against hospitals, banks, and even yes, churches. Look at your phones. Apple Face ID is powered by AI. End-to-end encrypted messaging apps like WhatsApp and Signal are all protected by AI. The very technology accused of spying is the one that shields from hackers. In relationship, it connects lonely, heals the distant, and builds bridge across cultures. In spirituality, AI spreads words, deepens prayer, and includes those are excluded. In privacy, it protects dignity, guards freedom, and builds a safer digital world. Let me say to you, every age of history has faced a choice. Fear the future or shape it. When the printing press came, the church could have banned it, but instead it used to spread the gospel. When the electricity arrived, people feared fire, but the church lit up with cathedrals with it. Now our time, the fire is AI. And once again, the choice is not fear, but faith. Faith that with God's grace, this fire will not consume us. The AI is not against us, it is with us. It is helping us to learn more, to do more, and to become more. Thank you.
Thank you. And we have now the last speaker who speaks that AI is a threat.
Dear priest, be aware that your ministry in the priesthood is going to be taken away by the AA, since AA has started the ministry in Germany. Dear artist in the audience, be aware that AA is going to be a killer of your skills, since AA has started the artificial making in US. And be aware, my dear musicians, your talents, the God-given talents, are looted by AA by making artificial musics and lyrics. My dear fathers, deacons, brothers and sisters, the previous speaker was saying, AI is building up the relationship between the human beings. And you know, the Indian Technology and Media Commission stated that the 67% of the Indian people have downloaded the artificial partners apps. That means the artificially making the people in the chat, and we can chat and make a video call, but that will be artificial. And my dear speaker, you have to say the answer. What kind of relationship AI has built between human or between any artificial person? That you have to give the answer. And the other one is, he is saying that why we need to be afraid of the tool. And why we need to be afraid of atom bomb? Why we need to be afraid of the cyanide? If cyanide is going through, taken by nearby me, if it is touch on me, I will die sometime. Why? It's a tool now. Why we have to be afraid of that? But you have to see, it is not a tool. Since my brother previously has said everything, so I am not going to enter into it as a tool. It's not at all a tool. It generates, it creates. And let me come to the presentation. It's also a opposition to what he was saying. Today we face one of the greatest challenges in the human history. It is not only a challenge of science or politics or economics. It is a challenge that strikes at the very heart of who we are as moral beings, the spiritual beings created to seek the divine. I speak of AI, a creation of human hands that now threatens to replace faith, to undermine religion, and to erode the moral compass that has guided humanity for thousands of years. My dear brothers, for centuries, morality has grown in the soil of religion. Whether in Christianity, Judaism, Islam, or other tradition, morality has been sustained by faith in God or in the divine order. Faith is not something humans invented. It is a recognition of a higher power, of a truth greater than ourselves. Without faith, morality collapses into mere opinion, always shifting with the culture and convenience. But today, AI with its algorithms and data-driven logic is being presented as a teacher of morality. Yet this teacher is soulless, goalless, and ultimately destructive. And my dear brother was saying that the ChatGPT or AI is going to be a strong influencer between the humans, and it is going to support. My dear brothers and sisters, just to see, this is the date of 4th, Times of India newspaper. You just to see. Now I will just read. The ChatGPT in the United States, one boy was chatting with the ChatGPT and saying that I am going through the depression, I am going to the kind of struggles, and give me a solution. ChatGPT said, go and commit suicide, my dear. And this boy committed suicide, and parents now case the file. And now you say, who is answerable for this? And is this the way you are going to, the AI is going to make a strong bond between the humans? Is it the way it is going to make a positive realm between the humans? And he was saying that it has got a great role in spirituality. The greatest leader of the spirituality in the world is known as Pope. And G7 summit in 2024, Pope Francis was saying, I look at the AI with the frightening elements. And see, my dear brothers, and the greatest spiritual leader is saying, I see the AI with the frightening elements. And how can you give your hand to these frightening elements carrying this AI in your spiritual life? That is my question. And again we see the same danger in Asia. In Japan, in Buddhist temples have already installed AI priests to chant sutras and lead prayers. Visitors said the chanting was efficient but lifeless, lacking the spiritual warmth of human monk. And later the Buddhist religious leaders made the apology and taken away the AI. AI also creating false religions in 2017. Anthony Lewandowski, a former Google engineer, started the way of the future. And do you know who's the God? AI is the God. But although the movement later collapsed, it revealed something that is frightening. Even more alarming, AI has been used to generate fake holy text. In 2023, researchers experimented with the language models to create new psalms and new sutras. And the theologians say that it can blur the inner meaning of the interpretation and the teachings of the religions. And he was saying that ChatGPT is helping everyone to make homilies, to make many kind of knowledge. My dear brothers, if AI is merely a tool, how can you give the Gospel of Luke chapter 10 and it makes the homily and give you? You are not making. ChatGPT is making. Now ChatGPT is deciding what you have to say. Now you say, who has got the authority? Who has got the supreme authority? Is it man or an artificial intelligence? So whatever you are going to say, that will be decided by AI. And he was saying AI builds up the relationship, but AI isolates the individuals. People now turn to AI chatbots of comfort for moral guidance instead of going to God, to scripture, or to any other tradition. But machine has no conscience. It cannot tell sin from virtue. It cannot lead us to God. It can only recycle information often shaped by corporate or political interest. Some may argue that AI is only a tool. AI is only a tool. Within 2 years, how many people committed suicide just because of chatting with the ChatGPT? My dear brothers and sisters, if you are using ChatGPT, be aware of that. It is a killer. Don't give hands to the killer in your spiritual life. Don't give hands to a killer in your relationship with others. And my dear brother was saying it will build up the relationship. Don't give hands. It will kill you. It is a killer and it is already proved. AI is not passive. It shapes culture. Algorithms decide what billions of people have to see, read, and believe every single day. It has already become a moral teacher, but one without God. If AI is something that has got any role in spirituality, I am asking, if AI has got any role in spirituality, okay, when someone comes in between myself and God, in between one person comes, if he has no belief in God, means what is the role of AI? Between the spirituality, a person comes and saying that it will build up our relationship in the spirituality, and AI has no God. You just text in the ChatGPT, do you believe in God? It will say, no, I'm neutral. I don't believe in God. So how can you give a hand to a person who is not to believe in God in a spiritual life? Thank you.
Thank you. I can understand the enthusiasm from the audience that things are really going well, and we are yet to listen to the last speaker who says AI is not a threat.
Esteemed judges, honorable moderator, respected fathers, dear friends, and my worthy opponents. Now I'm scared as hell because they have said so many things about the not benefits of AI. But I want to say, I've heard you with patience and care, and I think your fears are real and your words were sharp. But fears, my friends, are not facts, you should understand. Since we have reached at the end of the discussion, I have the duty and privilege to lift this discussion from the valley of fear to that of responsible confidence. I have come with one conviction above all, that AI must be human-centered. It seems like my opponents have been speaking in science fiction stories, like AI will take control. They have watched a lot of Star Wars movies, I think. And speaking of science fiction, they told that nuclear power produces bombs. I would say nuclear power also runs hospitals in China. So as the topic goes, it's a two-edged sword. You should understand that it's a two-edged sword. When you speak of technology and AI, it is always a two-edged sword. Nuclear power can used to produce bombs. Nuclear power can use to generate hospitals. Now, I live in a multilingual country where languages changes from place to place. Where when I go from one part of the country to other part of the country, people don't know my language, or dialects change from every 50 to 100 kilometers. It's nearly difficult for me to be able to adjust to the culture, tradition, custom without knowing the language. Or take an example of a person born with disabilities. They are talking about cancer being not properly treated by AI. A person born with disabilities, a person who later becomes disabled in his life. Now, screen readers, voice dictation, live captioning, computer-based navigation system, these all are AI enhanced. Imagine a student in Lucknow who is blind being able to read printed notes. Or imagine a deaf professional in Nairobi being able to auto-generate transcripts for meetings. Take an example of a person born in London who has suffered from stroke and now been able to use language models to speak again. Now, when I speak of these things, I don't speak in science fiction as I speak. I speak in something that is really happening, that is really affecting the people now. I'm not speaking about hypothetical future benefits. I'm speaking about practical dignity restoring tools which people use right now. For example, Google's live transcribe. For example, Microsoft Seeing AI have really changed the way how we look at human life, how we understand human things. It has raised our living standards. So when we speak of AI, I'm very astonished that they have not spoken a very, very, very important factor, how AI has been affecting the environment. Because almost 1287 megawatts of energy, electricity has been used to run data centers in AI data centers. That is compared to almost annual consumption of electricity of 130 US homes. Or take an example of gallons and gallons of water being used to cool these data centers. I think they have come with just science fiction arguing in a debate that AI is a threat to the humanity. But this will not be the case forever, my friends, because AI companies and tech initiatives have taken great steps to counter these energy problems. For example, liquid cooling. Take an example of NVIDIA's Blackwell chips. These chips are aimed to address this issue of energy problem by providing an unparalleled energy efficiency of Titan supercomputer, which was launched a decade ago with an energy efficiency of a typical home appliance, maybe a piano they use, the kettle where you boil your water, the heater they use in your room. So AI has become the solution to the problem. Now it worsens. We see places in India, Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, suffering from floods. Lands and lands are covered with waters. Lives been destroyed, people's being displaced, families been lost, destruction of properties. These are the real threats, my friend. And AI, if used in a proper way, can counter these climatic changes that we are facing now. For example, AI technologies can predict flood way before than what the traditional simulators take weeks of supercomputer time. Take an example of DeepMind's GraphCast. They can predict or generate 10 days forecast in minutes. Imagine how much lives could be saved, how many people could be allocated, how much shelter could be given to the people. Now again, these are not science fiction, these are present facts. Take an example of how AI has been working in agriculture. Almost 60 to 70% of people in India are engaged in agriculture. We see newspapers, farmers doing suicide due to lack of resources, due to due to proper rain, due to proper guidance. This is where AI can really help us. This is where AI can really guide us if we properly use AI. The threats are real that AI can take humans because it is generative. But there was a time when industrial revolution was there. Suppose the Luddites with the technophobes who fear the technology would have burned the factories. Imagine how much we could have stolen from the future generation. Imagine a weaver burning a factory where clothes are being built and smartphone taken from your hand. Imagine a weaver who started weaving from his hands and killing all the industrialists. Then your laptops, your mic system, your indoor plumbing system being lost from your houses. So technology is always moved in waves. It does not happen at once. They are showing articles that AI threatens us now. What they see is the present condition. They are not futuristic. They are not predicting or seeing the future. Now, we could have explained to the Luddites or the technophobes about what technology we are using, or they will never believe it. It's not their problem. It's not their problem either. They don't understand the future incentives of technology. They don't understand how technology will be useful to us. They don't understand that how technology could harness human unity, can harness human growth. They are like blind followers walking in the dark. They cannot see what is there in front. They cannot see what is going to happen in the front, like Luddites. They don't know what is going to happen in the future. One of the most important accusations against AI is that they will take jobs. It will be a little controversial if I say that, okay, that's true. And that should be done. Because suppose we could have just stopped the weaver, or weavers could have stopped the technological evolution during the Industrial Revolution, then some jobs were lost, of course, but jobs were relocated. Jobs were transferred to technological industries, to Industrial Revolution in factories. Now these are fact, these are truth. So AI is a tool, it is a design. It does not choose, it does not believe, it does not act on its own. Okay, if we are speaking of super intelligence, should be rules formed. For example, when nuclear power came, there was an act to stop these nuclear tests in various parts of the country, various parts of the world. Similarly, seeing those threats, there should be proper way of guiding and proper way of doing things. Thank you.
Thank you. And before we conclude this round, the first speaker gets 3 more minutes, because initially he got only 5 minutes. So this is the last chance now in this round. You can come up again. Come on.
So as my previous speaker was saying, that our topics and whatever we have said was based on science fictions. And in his words, whatever he was saying, that the AI can do, could be done, and should be done. So what is future oriented? And whatever the points we have said, can you say even one point that we have said without evidence? We have spoken from the present situation, whatever the incident, what AI is now, and how is a threat today, and how it affects the human values, our morality, our faith, our social life, and our rational life. And we have spoken from the very evidence that is happening today. 5 people, the recorded statement, 5 people has committed suicide due to AI. That is a recent evidence. In 2023, 2024, and 2025, the continuously last 3 years, 3 persons has committed suicide. We have the written evidence which has come in the newspapers, New York Times, all those things. And you say that it is based on science fictions? And to my dear brothers, what he has said, to the first 2 speaker who has said that AI can bring morality, companionship, and productivity. We were trying to say throughout this, our debate, that humanity and human is more beyond our efficiency and beyond productivity. And I have asked in the beginning a question that, should we submit what makes us human before what makes us efficient? Should we surrender our human values? Should we surrender our social relationship to be more productive? And that question is not yet answered. And to the second speaker who has said about companionship, here speaker saying that AI provides companionship. So, and it brings a relationship for the others. So, the AI, which has a vast, devastating effect on our social life. For when we see that, the society, the social system, it based on human relationship is based on the companionship and fraternity. So AI, which does not value the human relationship And when we are speaking about the chatbot companionship, how does it give that which only develop an empty simulations of empathy and love? How can it build a relationship? How can it build a companionship? How can it lead to a better human? The AI, which does not value our morality, which is a threat for the human values and the very existence of human being, how can it lead us into a better human being? That's the question we are asking, and that is not yet answered. Thank you.
Thank you. So we are coming to the end of the first round, and I think we should give them a big round of applause. The presentations were quite challenging and informative. Now there is little breathing time. You can relax. We move on to the next rebuttal round. Correct, no? Correct, no? So we have the rebuttal round, and in this round, each team can ask 2 questions. So you have time for 2 questions. And please remember that each team responds or asks directly to the argument made by the opposing side. Okay. So instead of presenting a new argument, it's always better to focus on analyzing what the other side has already said. Point out their flaws, point out their inconsistency, and provide counter evidence. And this round is really going to be a thrilling round, because it's a face-to-face, straight question round. And why the opposing team argument doesn't hold. That's what the opponent has to prove. So it's a challenging round, and I invite, or the floor is open, any team who wishes to ask, who wants to ask first. It's up to you who wants to ask first. It's a rebuttal round, you get 2 questions each. So anybody can ask, whoever raises the hand first get the chance. You can ask the team 2 questions. Pardon? You want to discuss 2 minutes? Okay, please take 2 minutes. You can discuss the question. You can come up with the question, then we will ask. No problem. 2 minutes. Just see the time. Okay, the most awaited rebuttal round is going to happen. And it is your chance now. You can ask the first question. And as I said already, you have to ask questions why the opposing team's argument doesn't hold. Your time starts.
Dear opponents, I just want to ask you a simple question. It's about AI and its medical field and its wide application in medical field, and it's related to its some basis. My question is it against human values to save life through AI? So many lives are saved by early diagnosis, accurate analysis. How you can argue about that? And added that in urban areas, poor areas, countless people's lives are lost through flood and some climatic changes. How we can say AI is not useful in there? So many evidences are there for early diagnosis. In Tamil Nadu, there is some Shankara hospital there. Google is directly guiding them to diagnose the retinal analysis. Their missing ratio is 0% because they found all the cases and saved those people. About more than 2,650 people. These lives are saved by AI. How you can argue about that?
Anybody can answer? Anybody from your team?
Thank you for the question. Okay, now you said that if AI helps to save life, I think that was the question, first question, save life, how it can be said morally evil or bad? That was the question. Now see, we have given a full page proof that AI has taken life. You know, there arrives the question of morality. If something is purely good, there is no question. See, AI has taken lives, and then should we consider it bad? And again, you have said about AI being used in flood-powered nations and all. See, and during my argument, I have presented a study of the UN. Okay, I want to quote one thing from that. You know, artificial intelligence, the only limitation of artificial intelligence in its technological side is electricity. And you see, UN has studied that internet access is just 27% in low-income countries, 52% in lower middle-income countries, compared to 80 to 93% in superpower nations. See, how we are going to use this technology, floods and all, who are living near the banks of these rivers and all, usually they are low-income people. Maybe, I am not generalizing, but how it can be democratized, because UN is clearly stating that it cannot be. That's why I have said the report. So I am not focusing on scientific fiction and all. So my point is that since AI has taken lives, it cannot be, it is morally evil. Second thing, since it is not available for the people in the lower strata, your argument may not hold. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And now, pardon? You want to add something? Okay, just 1 minute.
In addition to that, what my companion was saying, we have to understand that what you are saying, the most of the things you are saying only the technical aspects of the AI. But we have to see, there are many events happened where the treatment was misled and people killed and died. I have the proofs here. Around 9 are here. And the great challenge we are going to face, the Benjamin Levenu is a famous doctor in the United States. He foretold that AI will have a great injustice in the medical ethics. And he was saying that in 2019, researchers found that widely used AI system in US hospitals gave lower risk scores to black patients than to white patients. And you know, we have gone through the COVID-19 situation. See, if AI gaining a role in medical ethics, we have to see the rich people, the privileged people in the Europe, they will gain the souls in the AI medical field. And in the Indian context, the low-caste people, marginalized people will never can acquire any connection with the AI. And when any COVID-like situation comes, rich people will get the treatment. No, poor people will not be given the treatment. And the marginalized people will not be given any treatment because AI has no emotions. AI has no justice. It is against human values. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now it is your time to raise the question.
So my dear companions, for saying that AI is a tool that helps us to be efficient. And he has also, the same question what he has asked us, AI helps us saving lives, then how can it be morally wrong? But we have said that there are 5 people who has lost life due to AI. And if AI is a tool, if I am using this pen as a tool, and if I have written some article against someone, and if he committed suicide, or if he does something, I will be responsible for that. And due to AI, these many people has lost life. And I am asking you, who will be the responsible for that?
Okay. It's a very direct question.
First of all, when you speak AI is a tool, we cannot compare it to a pen. Always, let me speak.
No, first let them speak, Wait.
Because tool is something that human uses. As you said, tool doesn't work on its own. So AI is being used by humans to work. When you say AI, when you give us data about deaths, data about ChatGPT, giving them prompts where they do suicide, this is not the ChatGPT's problem. I say this because it's the human those who are engaged with ChatGPT. ChatGPT never asks them to do suicide. It is because ChatGPT works through the data given through the human beings. That is what data centers are. That is what Open ChatGPT AI works. That is the basic thing. That is the basic thing how ChatGPT works. Because as I told, data centers use billions and amounts of electricity. Billions, gallons of, tons of waters are being used to cool these data centers. That is what data center is. It works on data which is given by humans. When you blame ChatGPT of prompting someone to do suicide, it is a false accusation against technology. Because you can say that nuclear power suddenly went to one place and exploded on its own. No, it doesn't happen. It's the human who does it. It's human who makes the technology where these molecules can combine together, attach to each other, and create a nuclear bomb.
Somebody, from here, somebody wants to add something? Or you're okay? Okay, then, pardon? You want to, okay, give.
My dear companion was saying that the nuclear weapon is not responsible, because we have to see there is no summit in the world arranged with the world leaders about nuclear weapons is a threat. It's about the national leaders. If Ukraine and Russia war is there, the discussion is again between these leaders of these two countries. But why G7 summit, calling upon around 27 leaders of the nations, made a debate, made a discussion on the matter of AI? Why we can't just make a discussion of the people, those who are in the higher authority of the AI? The leaders were discussing on the matter of what is AI and what is the threat of AI.
Actually, this is a part of the question that they raise. I think you need not answer to that, because it's...
I have to answer since they get chance. I can answer to this question.
You can answer. Okay, please.
They speak of AI being discussed in international levels, and I think they are unaware of the facts. There are different treaties in the world where nuclear test bans have been done. So when you speak of AI being discussed in the world that it's a threat, nuclear power has also been discussed in the world as a threat. And there is a nuclear ban treaty in the world. So when you speak about AI only being discussed as a threat, it's a false accusation against AI and technology.
Okay, thank you. It's time for your second question now. Both parties finished 1-1, no? It's your second question now.
When you speak of AI as a harmful tool in any way, not only medical field or in education or spirituality or morality, or in case of people misusing it, I want to ask a question is, should we just because AI is harmful, should we just ban it or remove it from the face of world instead of harnessing it and trying to make rules and regulations which will help it to grow better, to help our creativity, help our progress, help us in the way that we look humans. So when you speak of AI being completely negative, I think you are saying that AI should be removed from the face of the world. And I propose, and our team proposes, is that shouldn't be like nuclear power was contained, shouldn't be AI also contained into certain limits, to certain through certain treaties or to certain laws?
You are saying that you are thinking that by saying all the presentations, we are making a statement that the AI has to be banned. We have never said any single word to ban the AI. And you cannot say you are thinking that we are saying that we are saying that to ban the AI. We have not said like that, and no need of thinking like that, and we have not stated that. And contradict to your presentation, and one of your speakers was saying that AI is merely a tool, a pencil, and you are saying that it is not a tool. So what is the contradiction in that? That we don't understand. We don't understand, because contradiction is within your understanding of your group, and it makes difficulty to understand actually what's the statement you are presenting before us.
You don't answer to my question. I asked, first you should listen to the question. I'm not asking what we discussed now. I'm asking, you said, okay, AI is harmful. So can it be, instead of saying its harmful effects, because AI is the future, we know it, AI is the future. Or can we not harness it? Can we not have a productive discussion on, a productive dialogue upon that AI should be harnessed and controlled through treaties and bans? Do you agree with it, or are you simply saying the non-benefits of AI?
So first of all, you have asked the question, you have said that AI should be banned. And none of us, as Cherian said, none of us have said about banning AI. And if you are not clear about what we were arguing that AI is more than efficiency and productivity. It is a threat to the very existence of human values. That was our point. And the very criteria of the question to be asked from what we have expressed and what we have said. And you are asking, it is not from what we have expressed or what we have said.
I think the question was answered, and they never said it has to be banned. That stands. And we move on to the next question. I think it's your turn now to ask.
I think we can give awareness.
Is it a question or a comment?
Not a comment.
No, please go to the next question.
Okay.
I think we wind up that. Next question. Come on. It is time.
Okay, hello. Okay, one of your companions has said that AI will be very useful in companionship, love, friendship and all. So, just a question about that. In such a relationship, how can you be sure that 100% of the values are aligned to human beings? You know, what kind of, can you guarantee the values which will be used in such a relationships are genuine or not?
as of I told about companionship, the society, the people mostly are depressed. Okay, why the need of chatbots? Why the need of AI tool? Here comes the answer for your question. As you told, AI tool has no emotions, conscience, or lived experience. But people feel compassionate because the AI tool listens. Most of us failure to listen to others. This is the most problem today's generation, that people are unable to or reluctant to listen to the people. This is where the people, this is where the chatbots need come thoroughly. And sorry for being so emotional. and I can say openly that people judge, but AI never judge. This creates a sense of being heard. When people are not judged, they feel the sense of hearing. Even if AI does not feel, active listening, clarification and reflection, and knowledge, support, and consistency in listening. This is where the companionship grow and become wider. The consistency in listening.
Okay. So it's a last chance to interact. Maybe if you want to add something, you can say. And maybe
Okay, it was a wonderful answer, but not for what we have answered. Question. We have questioned how AI helps the human relationship, and you were speaking how it builds the relationship between human and AI. We are asking an interpersonal relationship between two human person, and you are still asking, you have to answer that question, not how AI and the human are related. You said that, it's you who presented that AI builds a relationship between humans. And your answers are that AI listens, AI does not judge, AI does not do that. We are not asking how a man is building a relationship between AI. We are asking how human relationships are cultivated through AI.
okay, your question is clear. I mean, if you want to add something, or any one of you, please.
In COVID time, as I mentioned in my topic, who connected us together? Who kept us all together? Who kept us together? This is a simple question. If there was no YouTube, if there was no Zoom, technologies which are operated by AI.
No, I think you are moving away from because ChatGPT or AI and the normal Google or YouTube and all those things are entirely different. It's different. Anybody else? I mean, if you want to answer something. Okay. So, dear friends, I think the rebuttal round is over with 2 questions each for each team. And I really appreciate both the teams for the wonderful, lively presentations they had. And you can little relax now. Now the ball is in your court. Now we start with the audience round. So, as much as possible, 5 questions from the audience, we will take it up. And those who want to ask questions, please raise your hand. Yes, Father. First question. Please, when you ask a question, please mention to which group you are asking. So it will be easy for them to answer.
I am asking the team to this side. You know, we already discussed AI work as a tool. Why don't we accept it? It's a tool given to a person. He decide how to use it. If I am a person, I have a knife with me, I can kill the person, I can chop the vegetable. So we have to understand, when we use AI as a tool, it is a tool. It is just only a tool. You have your human intelligence. you have your prudence, how to use it. So let us accept that fact first. Then the last thing I want to just mention that brother was just mentioning COVID time we survived with the AI. It is correct. I will just support that. Why I need to say that? Because all the YouTube, all social media, it work with the algorithm. It work with the AI. We do, whether we tame it AI, we tame it algorithm, it's a different thing. But I say it is work with algorithm. So always AI is a tool. Let us use it as a tool. That's the best thing. That's the teaching of the church, I believe. Thank you. You can make a comment. If this is the question I want to make. You know, you can write your homily with AI, but you make it yours. Then only it will be effective. That is my comment I have to make. If the team can make, if AI is not a tool, it should not be used, you can make a comment on it.
Anyone from the group can answer.
So thank you, dear Father. So first of all, I want to ask that you have said that AI is a tool. And secondly, you need to make a comment regarding what we have said, how to use it moderately. And first of all, we have to make it clear that we have never said that AI, we have never opposed its efficiency. We have said that it affects the moral values, how the person uses it. Okay, and if we are saying AI is a tool, as a comparing like is a mobile, what is in our hand, it's a gadget, it's a tool. And AI is not like that. AI, it has a power, that's why it is called artificial intelligence. It has the ability to think itself, it has the ability to generate something itself, and it has the ability to create something for themselves. So that's why it is called not a tool, it is an entity.
Further, to clarify some more, so further you have said that AI is a tool, and in my presentation I have made it clear that a tool will be always neutral. It cannot give a valid prompt. In the sense, I have quoted super intelligence also. So super intelligence, once it is switched on, it gives us prompts. It creates its own data. That is known as the black box paradox. You can check it in the internet. Father, you can also check it. Black box paradox. It means AI creates its own data and you give me. And you say one tool which gives its own data. It's not a tool. Then it is not neutral. It is biased. Second thing, using it. Okay, I have stated the Newhand study of 47% brain activity reduced. And we say that algorithm, AI, there is differentiation. Because you go to YouTube and you may check the Google innovative ideas and all. Google search engines before and Google search engines now it is called Google search engines assisted by AI. If algorithms are same with AI, why Google makes such a distinction? Google made such a distinction in order to be clear that the algorithm earlier was not a generative program. It just searches everywhere and it gives you some suggestions. But AI, what it gives by what it is trained, it gives to you a biased data. Okay, thank you.
And we have a second question from this side. Okay, Father, okay then.
So, my question is more in the direction of this team B. But actually it is a complementary thing in the sense. The main question is about whether AI is a tool or not. It is a tool, but it is much more than an ordinary tool. That's what I want to submit. Why? Because we have had so many other inventions and it were always used by individuals or small groups. Now, the so-called AI, which is a tool, is largely used by great conglomerates. And they don't use it neutrally. They don't move with humanitarian motives. They always move with profit And then as it was already highlighted, when China prompts things, they have their ideology inbuilt. When India, for example, in our government, our ideology will be there, and therefore answers will be always colored by their motives. So this is a big issue. Then we have to see it in a global scenario of Internet of Things. Now, many things are connected. And suppose if AI takes charge of all these different tools and systems, including air traffic control, our traffic system, internet traffic. So if the AI happens to take charge of, which is actually sooner or later is happening, and most of the policy decisions are motivated in this direction. Therefore, in that scenario, I think AI is not a simple, innocent, neutral tool, but a tool certain motives and motivations. And then another thing, aligning with what they said towards the end, what we need, we cannot deny the fact that we are in the age of AI. So we cannot do away with that. What we need is proper control systems taken in a global level by the heads of state. Just as we are trying to control atomic energy, in the same way, AI system should not be left to the profit-oriented conglomerates, but should be brought under the nations. They have to decide in a global level how this immense power should be brought, which should be more homogeneous to the human being and for their growth, and we should never lose our value system at the altar of AI.
Thank you for that additional emphasis that you have done about media, especially the AI tool. And maybe towards the end, I also will speak one or two sentences about that. Okay, you want to answer that? Okay, please.
I can add to what Father told. Laws are the European Union in 2021 passed the world's strongest AI Act to regulate surveillance and protect personal data. And just as traffic lights made cars safer, ethical laws make AI safer.
Okay, so we have the next question coming from there. Jidin, yes.
I want to ask to Team A, who spoke against the AI, which means who says that AI is a threat to human values. I want to ask you that who created AI? That means who sets its algorithms and the prompts that which we given to them for generate or create any new things or images or any answers to the prompts that which we ask. It's only human beings set those all algorithms and the prompts. Am I right? I think. And then who use it? It is used by a human being itself. And if a human being who is having high morals and values use it, an AI tool or any AI, how it become a threat to human values? That means it should be used by a human being who is having high morals and values. Then how it will be a threat to human values? That's my question.
Thank you, Deacon Charadi, for your question. I think it is some kind of troublemaking question that we have to come to an conclusion in that answer. But let me ask you another question. From my childhood onwards, I have been watching the news that always KCBC always making protest against alcohol. You have to prohibit alcohol, government. Let me ask you one thing. Who makes alcohol? And who drinks alcohol? Then who have to be prohibited? Is it alcohol or drinkers of alcohol? And that is what I said here. The G7 summit was making the discussion not on the people, those who are making AI. It was on AI. And all the discussions were made on artificial intelligence, the use of artificial intelligence. They did not make any discussions on people or the IT professionals, those who are making AI. Or they are not discussing what people have to do. It is they are making comments on AI. So that is what we are doing here. The topic is AI is threat to the human values. That we have been discussing here. So saying that who will be responsible, I would say mostly why we are saying that it has to be prohibited, because it has the capacity to be manipulated or be corrupted wildly. Because the politicians, the government, the rich people, corporates will corrupt it, will make it their own way. And who will suffer? The marginalized, the poor people, those who are having the smartphone in their hands. They cannot control AI, they will control. Just I combined the question of Father Aringalai and Father Francis. I totally agree with Father Aringalai. He was saying that, Father Francis was saying that it is a tool. And can you say, if you are using tool, AI, if Chinese government, now the present Indian central government, BJP government, if they are making an AI and you are using AI as a tool and asking that, give me the history of India, it will be manipulated. It will be manipulated. The Chinese government made by the AI, it will be manipulated. Present Indian context, the Indian government made the AI will be manipulated. Therefore, it is not a tool. It can control, it can mislead your thinking capacity and your knowledge.
We'll go for one more question. Maybe that's the last question. Yes, brother.
It is the question to Brother Kevin. He said that the AI, it is used by superpowers and it causes inequality in the society because it is used by the superpowers like America and Russia and all. So my question is, if it is trained in such a way that it can create inequality, can it be trained in such a way that it can create equality among the society? So it is not the problem of AI that to be blamed, but whom is to be blamed is actually who uses it, not the tool, which means the AI, that is the medium that is used. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question. And I think who has to be blamed, that question was already answered by Deacon Cherian. He asked why we are not blaming the ones who are drinking alcohol. So I think that question was clear. But I'm more concerned about your first part. Okay, it's a genuine question. How can you be sure that superpower nations are going to control AI? See, somebody during the question he asked about nuclear power and all. See, there is a treaty known as Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, which actually means to control, regulate the use of nuclear power for devastating things. So this treaty was prepared by the initiative of the superpower nations. But do you know what they have done? Before the treaty was signed, they have organized every nuclear weapons, nuclear uranium, raw uranium, and they stopped other countries from securing it. And thus India didn't sign that, because India said that it is against these low nations, these third world countries at that time, third world countries against it was like that, India said. And there is one more thing, it is known as soft power. We have studied it in social science and all. There is hard power. What is hard power? Hard power means if you, by force, if there is a dictatorial rule right here or a military rule, it is hard power. They are imposing something. But there is soft power as well. What is soft power? Soft power means Coca-Cola. It is a soft power. Coca-Cola, which country makes Coca-Cola? And we are consuming Coca-Cola, right? And which country we are supporting. I mean, in the sense that it is not about how we should not drink Coca-Cola and all. By drinking Coca-Cola, the America or the Western countries are taking power on us. Like Western music, it is another example. Internet is fully surfaced of Western music, but not local traditions. It is found, but we have to search and search and search for that. See, whoever has power manipulates data. Whoever manipulates data rules the world. Thank you.
Okay, with that we come to the end of this beautiful debate, and I must say that all the presenters, you did your job so well. The presentations were well researched, well articulated, and presented. So let's give them a big round of applause. Now something to conclude. The Second Vatican Council document Inter Mirifica on communication, it says very clearly that it's church's birthright to use media. And again, in 1971, church comes up with another document called Communio et Progressio. And number 2 in that document says, media should be used for the advancement of our society. And you will see that every year in the World Communication Day, Pope comes up with an encyclical, a document emphasizing different aspects of technology or media, highlighting its importance. So it would mean that from the very beginning of printing press to the latest AI, church has always supported the technological developments, and at the same time, church also had its own cautions. It has cautioned people. That's the reason one of the encyclical itself, in 1957, it was named Vigilanti Cura, means be vigilant, when the televisions were coming up. So church warned people. Similarly, you will also find that church never refuses or church never is against technology. It appreciates and encourages the use of technology. But the only concern church always raises is about the moral values, the ethical concerns. Even when the whole internet as such in 2002, when the document came on church and internet, this ethical concern was raised. And the reason is some people can easily be attracted by what they see. And we say they are unable to distinguish between what is real and real. So that's a problem. So that's a duty of the church to encourage them or to warn them or to precaution them against the abuses of media and technology. So church always highlights or church speaks for the human person and the dignity of human person. And I think the debate that we had, actually it was not whether it is a tool or not a tool. We said, I think we all agree that it's a tool. But the whole concern was how it is affecting our moral life, how ethically, how it is right or wrong. That was the question we raised. And to conclude, I would say, internet or any media or latest the AI as such, of course it's a tool. But as Father Adiyangala was saying, it is much more than that. It would mean that AI is a tool and it is also a language and it's also building a culture now. So that are the three, maybe the three different levels that we have to understand today. It's just more than a tool, it's a language and it's also a culture. So I sincerely thank all the presenters for the beautiful presentations, well researched, and we all really deserve our appreciation. Let's give them once again a big round of applause. And I also thank you for giving me this chance to moderate this session. And thank you, Father Anish, Father Rector, Father Dennis. Thank you very much. And I hand over the mic to the MCs. Thank you.
Now we'll be having a 5-minute tea break and we will continue in the next session right after. Thank you.
See my confidence is shaking in my heart.
thinks there's always tomorrow. I miss your touch on nights when I'm hollow. I know you crossed the bridge that I can't follow. Since the love that you left is all that I get, I want you to know that if I can't be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you. I miss you more than life. Yeah, and if you can't be next to me, your memory's ecstasy. I miss you more than life. I miss you more than life. That if I can't be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you. I miss you more than life. Yeah, and if you can't be next to me, your memory's ecstasy. I miss you more than life. I miss you more than life. Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow. I miss your touch on nights when I'm hollow. I know you crossed the bridge that I can't follow. Since the love that you left is all that I get, I want you to know that if I can't be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you. I miss you more than life. Yeah, and if you can't be next to me, your memory's ecstasy. I miss you more
and I don't wanna let go. I know I'm not that strong. I just wanna hear you saying, baby, let's go home. Loving and fighting, accusing, denying. I can't imagine a world with you gone. Joy in the chaos, the demons were made of. I'd be so lost if you left me alone. You locked yourself in the bathroom, lying on the floor when you break through. Pull you in and feel your heartbeat. Hear me screaming, please don't leave me. Hold on, I still want you. Come back, I still need you. Let me take your hands, I'll make it right. I swear to love you all my life. Hold on, I still need you. Long endless highway, silent beside me, driving a nightmare I can't escape from. Helplessly praying, the light isn't fading, hiding the shock and the chill in my bones. They tuck you away on the table. I pace back and forth as you lay still. They pull you in and feel your heartbeat. Hear me screaming, please don't leave me. Hold on, I still want you. Come back, I still need you. Let me take your hands, I'll make it right. I swear to love you all my life. Hold on, I still need you.
Welcome back, everyone. Now let's begin the felicitation ceremony. It is with deep respect that we now call upon our chief guest, Very Reverend Dr. Joseph Theological, to share his words of felicitation and deliver the valedictory address. Welcome, dear Father.
Very Reverend Father Rector, our Director Father Anish, Reverend Fathers, speakers of the day, and dear brothers and sisters. I was really attracted by the beautiful presentation for and against artificial intelligence. Both teams have performed miraculously or diligently to make us clear the tool of artificial intelligence. And they have well prepared, well presented, and made it a beautiful meal to Ephrem's Theological Institute. I congratulate Father Anish, the staff, and the seminarians for organizing such a beautiful, current and relevant topic to make us at home with the modern technology. And it has become a part of our meal. And I was thinking, when the elders or the old generation speaks about politics, religion and ethics, our new religion is very much interested, speaks at table about speed and technology. It has become a part of their meal, and every day it has become a day-to-day human part of life. And I appreciate that you have taken such a beautiful topic, and it was a beautiful time for us to think about and reflect on it. Other than what we have spoken here or what we have heard here, I want to bring light on the latest document related to artificial intelligence. Vatican has recently published AN for AI. AN stands for Antiqua et Nova. That is the latest document. It speaks about the relationship between artificial intelligence and human intelligence. This document comes as a continuation of a seminar held in 2019 on common good in the digital age. AN, Antiqua et Nova, it looks at potential positive contributions and risk in the use of artificial intelligence. It gives 10 specific areas where AI can be well utilized, as well as the hidden risk behind the use of it. The areas include its contribution to society at large, human relationships, economy, labor, health care, education, problematic uses, privacy, environmental protection, warfare, and religion. Of course, we have heard the details of most of these things that are spoken, that are enlisted by AN, and we were very much pleased by the presentation of our seminarians, and they have dealt most of these topics in detail in expressing this tool. And the church tells, Antiqua et Nova, AN contrasts artificial intelligence with human intelligence, declaring that AI is artifact of human intelligence. Human intelligence, on the other hand, is a spiritual faculty capable of divine inspiration. Man's uniqueness in the visible creation lies in being made in the image of God. And here the document is well or clearly telling us that the human dignity and human relationships shall be held in high esteem. And similarly, one important point that we need to notice with regard to this artificial intelligence, this AN, Antiqua et Nova, cautions the influence of the technocratic paradigm. This technocratic paradigm, that is the main term used throughout the document, and it enlists about the warning, or it presents the warning. And this technocratic paradigm relies deeply on the technical expertise and technological solutions over ethical, social, and spiritual considerations. And this terminology was earlier used in Laudato Si, and it speaks about the dangers, about to the culture, as we have just heard. And therefore Pope Francis had earlier warned that he calls for a cultural revolution to dismantle this paradigm of technocratic paradigm by embracing more holistic, relational, and contemplative human approach to life. As machines grow more intelligent, we must strive to grow wiser. So therefore, I do not want to speak detail. My duty is to congratulate and appreciate. Similarly, I appreciate the moderator who has really controlled, well arranged, and he had done everything possible for the maintenance of a beautiful debate. While it was going on, I was remembering about 1988 when we were studying in the school and participating in the debate. That time the theme was whether India should make atom bomb or not. For and against whether India, that was in 1988 we were all speaking about India, we have to make atom bomb. So it was for and against the atom bomb. So really it was a beautiful fiesta of discussion, and I appreciate and congratulate, and also beautiful interference of our audience. Well, I understood that both the batches, all the batches were equally congratulating and supporting so that the momentum may go ahead and one may get the upper hand over the other. I know that the judges do have found it very difficult. Anyway, we will wait for the judges and their result. And thank you very much for such a beautiful debate. And may God bless us.
Thank you, dear Father, for those inspiring and heartfelt words. Now, we have the honor to invite Dr. Matthew Kadidadil, the rector of our seminary, to address the gathering.
Respected moderator Dr. Jose Murican, our chief guest, very Reverend Father Dr. Joseph Ottapurikal, dear judges, dear fathers, sisters, and my dear friends. We assisted a very wonderful and brainstorming session, and today onwards we can be sure that AI is not something strange to us, but at least in Ephrem Parivar is something familiar. So that is the advantage of this session. So thank you very much to the panelists. You have tried to expose what it is and how we have to be intelligent enough to discern the use of AI. So thank you very much. And also in moderating the session, the moderator very diligently controlled the session. So his efficiency we enjoyed once more. So thank you very much. Also for the other interventions. I just wanted to, because when I was coming on, there was a message, a WhatsApp message. It is regarding a person who got Wallace, who used an AI tool to analyze a photo. It was a photo of a monstrous where the Holy Eucharist was exposed. And he writes, the news is that what is even more striking is that the app did not just identify the monstrous, but specifically pinpointed a human presence at its center, marked by a person icon, and then continues. For Wallace, this experience served as a powerful reminder of his faith. He sees it as a testament to the real presence of Jesus in the Eucharist, saying, for me, it is very telling within my faith that this is Jesus, alive and real in that Eucharist. So there is
the positive side, immense positive side of AI. Since I teach Bible, you know, 4,000 years back onwards, and today also, we discuss on Apocrypha and Pseudo-Epigrapha. So to say today, in the AI millennium, every day when we open the social media or any other platform, the modern platforms, we have so many newses, interventions or videos which are true, which are fake, difficult to discern. If you open, you can have so many interventions of the new Pope, but very few are original. What is the problem? That's the same problem of the biblical intertestamentary period itself. The fake videos appears very similar and they are more or less the same in content, and in a way it forces the readers or the viewers to take it for the original one. This is what happened 3,000 years back with the Apocrypha and in the intertestamentary period with the Pseudo-Epigrapha. So dear ones, it's an invitation to be always vigilant, as our chief guest was mentioning us, and also the moderator invited us to be always vigilant and never let to be lethargic or lazy in front of the advantages of the modern technology. You should be the person who rules it, never let anything else to rule over you. So, congratulations to our panelists for provoking us and to opening us to this new horizon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, dear Father, for your meaningful and inspiring words. We now invite Reverend Father Cyriac Puliamballil to present his evaluation and share his reflection on today's debate. Welcome, dear Father.
Very Reverend Father Joseph Ephrem, Reverend Father Moderator, Reverend Father Rector, judges, panelists, Reverend Fathers, sisters, and candidates and brothers. I really appreciate today's morning because all the brothers worked very hard and they were very productive with the use of ChatGPT maybe, or without the use of ChatGPT. Anyway, they have done wonderfully well. And I just take this opportunity to make a moral evaluation of this theme. You know, it's all depend upon our discernment, how we discern things, whether to use, abuse, or misuse things. And recently we have Saint Carlo Acutis, and this theme is more than internet. Maybe because of that, Carlo Acutis is just neglected today, because AI goes, now they are going to be the new saints of AI. This is more than internet. And another thing, we as theologians need to make a Catholic interpretation of this. Vatican has got so many documents regarding the use. Since 40 years, Vatican had been discussing about this theme. It's not born today. And since 14 years, there were discussion about the advantages and disadvantages of all these things. And we now became more aware about these things, how we need to handle this. Today's gospel was about the theology of stewardship. Who is the master and who is the servant? And we are all just managers. God has given all these things to manage these things. We are just managers. Managers means just to manage. Whoever the position may be Vicar General, Rector, whoever it may be, they are given the chance by God to manage things. Similarly, these things are given to us to manage. It's all depend upon our human discernment. Then we need to think over this, having the awareness of artificial intelligence, whether it guides us. We need to steward as other gods' creatures. So anyway, we had very fruitful discussion, and all the users who are using this artificial intelligence, now we use our human intelligence, how to control this artificial intelligence to move forward. We also need to discuss about the evangelization and catechism, how the Catholic Church can make use of this in evangelization. So we are in a missionary context. We have plenty of opportunities promoting artificial intelligence for our use, for evangelization and catechism. So anyway, we have very fruitful discussion. I appreciate the faculty organizing these arrangements and making people aware when we go out to this world which is filled with artificial intelligence. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, Father G, for your thoughtful and insightful evaluation. As we move forward to the prize distribution ceremony, the proceedings will unfold in a meaningful and special sequence. I cordially welcome Reverend Father Thomas Malamandri to the stage to call out the names of the speakers and to announce the winners. I welcome our speakers to come forward and receive the well-deserved recognition for their efforts and contributions. And also, I cordially welcome Reverend Father Matthew Kaitari to distribute the participation certificate to our speakers. Welcome, dear Father.
Respected fathers and my dear friends, dear debaters, this is a high time you have been waiting for, and I will be announcing the winners. Before that, I will be calling out each one of you for taking the participation certificate. So first of all, Deacon Amal Malayil, Brother Saban, Brother Kevin, Deacon Cherian Pires, Lindo Pulparabil, Brother Matthew Mannarat, Brother Anit Koiparambil, Brother Kevin Rohit Topo VC. So now the much awaited time has come. Can you guess who is the best debater of the day? Any guess? So I invite Reverend Father Joseph Attapurigal to hand over the prize to the winners. Before that, can you guess? Huh? multiple choices you are giving. So, all were very good debaters, but we will have to give one prize to one person. So here we have Brother Kevin Rohit Topo VC as best debater of the day. Now again, who will be the winning team? Any guess? The two options you have. A or B. A or B. Unfortunately, your guess is wrong. The winning team is Team A.
Thank you, dear very Reverend Father Joseph Ephrem and Reverend Father Thomas Mullamandu. It is my privilege to introduce Reverend Father Ranjit Chakamotil. It is he who gave the initial input to the speakers of the day. He thoughtfully suggested the very topic that has brought us together. His keen insight into the importance of dialogue and constructive exchange of ideas has given us this opportunity to engage critically, broaden our perspectives, and sharpen our reasoning. On behalf of all gathered here, we invite Reverend Father Ranjit Chakamotil to share his reflections and evaluation. Welcome, Father.
Respected moderator, dear panelists, judges, and my dear friends. The formal session of the debate is over. Now, I'm not going to speak on the topic, but just a personal evaluation of the debates and the presentation. First of all, I would like to congratulate Father Anish for organizing this. Till last year, we had the seminars of the brothers, and mainly they have been boring readings of the papers, and this year it has turned to be a very engaging, provocative session of debate. So congratulations for him for this new attempt and for this new innovation. So thank you. Then, in a debate like this, there is no winner or loser. Both teams are winners. For the sake of winning one team, we have announced one team as winners, but both the teams are winners. So congratulations to both of you. And I remember in the first session of giving inputs to the presenters, they were not confident enough, but I am amazed how they have turned into a confident presenter of these themes. So all were very confident in presenting the themes. So when I gave the input session, they were asking doubts and they were not that confident. But today I found them very confident on the stage and they have presented in a very provocative manner. And it was very amazing. So congratulations to all the presenters again. Now coming to some evaluations of the presentation and the theme, I would like to give some personal reflection or my thoughts on the mode of conducting it and the the way of presentations. Coming to some general observations, mainly, as I said, they were generally very good, but to speak about some shortcomings or something that we can make use for the betterment in the next time. Mainly what I have noticed is there was no much reference to the church documents. So in the input session we have talked about some church documents like Antico et Nova, and there is a recent, more decent church document, Rome Call for AI version 2, and Rome Call for AI version 1 is there, and there are many other bishop conferences documents available, but no much reference to the documents were there in the presentations. So in a theological institute like us and our presentations, some more references to the church documents may be better, so that we may also, the audience also may understand what is the view of the church about these things. So I think only one among you have had a very small reference to Antico et Nova, but that was not a direct reference. I think that you could have used more Antico et Nova and Rome Call for AI and other documents like that. And another observation, generally speaking, is many areas of AI and its effects are unattended here. So there are many other areas for both the teams to attend or engage to prove their part. So like very important themes like human dignity, human rights, there were references to those themes in between, but you could have referred or used those themes more for your arguments. So those main themes were much unattended. So, and not only these themes, there are also other themes you could have attended more. So these are some general observations about the presentations. And coming to the particular presentations, I just want to speak about one or two sentences about everyone's presentation. First of all, Brother Malayil, Deacon Malayil has presented very well. He was the first one who presented. His presentation was very good, but since it was the first presentation, he could have been more specific to the topic. It was a general presentation, so as it was good, but at the same time, some more specific thought should have been there in his presentation. Again, coming to Lindo, he has presented a very good argument in the beginning, as a gift of God. That was a good pitch for a detailed discussion later. So his beginning was very good. His presentation also was very good, but he also has, after this giving this first point, he has also been little general, more than coming to some specific points. And coming to the next presentation, Seban, and he has asked a very provoking question: AI is not a tool. That was a provoking question till the end of the presentation, in the end of the debate, and that was good, and that valid question continued till the end of the discussion. And his presentation was also very good. Then Manarat, he has presented a theme like the world is now becoming smarter, faster and efficient. But becoming faster, smarter and efficient not necessarily enhance human values. That was the questions. That was the question that we have discussed. But at the same time, his presentation was good. He could also respond to the question that Seban asked, but he unattended the question about the tool he was asking, that he could have attended that question too in his presentation. Then Kevin, he very well confronted the question that the previous speaker asked. That was very good beginning for him. Then there was a comparison he has made with IVF and data, human fetus and data. That is not a suitable comparison. On the one side it is a human life, and the other side it is data. It is not comparable. So that comparison is not that suitable in that context. And coming to Anit, he also presented his paper very well. He also could have answered the question of the tool, but he also unattended that question of the tool, but he only presented what he has prepared. Then coming to Cherian, he has begun with a thought-provoking question, challenging what is good, and that very challenging, his presentation was also very challenging. And coming to Kevin, lastly, he tried to answer all the arguments that the other team has presented. Even though the other two have unattended the questions, he has tried to attend the question and answer to those questions. And for him, it would have been more agreement with, or his presentation must have been centered, and he tried to answer those questions that the other team has presented. So that was a well move from his part. So even though I have presented here some of the shortcomings, after all, even though those shortcomings were there, their presentations was very well. They have prepared much, I know. They have spent much time for reading and practicing these sessions. So I would like to congratulate once again all the participants, and let us continue this spirit in our studies and in our future journeys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, dear Father Ranjit Chakamotil, for your meaningful and insightful reflections. We greatly appreciate your thoughtful contribution to today's debate. To bring this memorable day to a close, we now invite the ETC choir to lead us in the seminary anthem.
heartfelt thanks to all of you for joining us today. And with that words, this is Brother Alex and Brother Jeevan signing off, wishing all a great and wonderful day ahead. Thank you.
Let's dance star, let's dance for a while. Heaven can wait, we're only watching the sky. Hoping for the best, but expecting the worst. Are you gonna drop the bomb or not? Let us stay young, let us live forever. We don't have the power, but we never seen the weather. Sitting in the sand, life is a short trip. Music's for the sad.